The psychology of love. She was always chasing perfection, not out of vanity, but out of fear. Eliana, 35, lived in a world where everything had to make sense. A successful architect in Prague, she had built her life like her buildings. Symmetrical, controlled, exact. Yet something inside her had begun to shake, like a quiet crack in one of her own perfect walls. Scene 1, Prague. It was late winter. Snow fell over the Charles Bridge, soft and cold. Eliana walked fast, coat wrapped tight, mind already on her next deadline. Always somewhere else, said Nora, her best friend, laughing as she tried to keep up. I like being busy, Eliana replied. Busy or scared? Nora teased. Eliana stopped. Scared of what? Nora smiled softly. Of stopping long enough to feel something real. Eliana looked away. She didn't answer. Scene 2, Dubai. Months later, her company sent her to Dubai to design an art center. There she met Karim, a charismatic investor, confident, polished, the kind of man who knew how to fill silence with charm. He took her to rooftop dinners under desert skies, spoke of power and beauty as if they were the same thing. You're not like other women here, he said once. And what am I like? She asked. He smiled, untouchable. It should have flattered her. But instead she felt lonely, as if his words built another glass wall around her. By the time the project ended, she left without saying goodbye. Dubai had glittered, but left her hollow. Scene 3. Back in Prague. Back home, her reflection felt older. The success, the meetings, the precision, none of it could quiet the noise in her chest. She told herself she was fine, until one night, Nora dragged her to a small jazz bar. The singer was a young man, maybe late 20s. Jeans, messy hair, dark eyes full of unspoken things. His name was Adam. He sang like he was confessing to the night itself. After the show, he walked up to her table. You look like someone who doesn't believe in mistakes, he said, half smiling. I'm an architect, she replied. Mistakes can kill people. He leaned in. Or make them human. Scene 4, Prague nights. They began meeting at odd hours. Sometimes at the riverside, sometimes in her studio. He would play guitar while she worked, leaving quiet notes on her sketches. You don't have to fix everything, Eliana. Some things are beautiful because they're broken. She tried to keep distance. He was 7 years younger. No education, no plan. Everything she wasn't. But his chaos made her feel alive. One night, he asked, why do you hide behind perfection? She looked at him, tired. Because if I stop, I might fall apart. He took her hand. Then fall. I'll catch you. Scene 5, New York. Eliana got an offer. A dream project in New York City. A skyscraper near the Hudson. She told herself it was destiny. Adam didn't try to stop her. Before she left, he gave her a small notebook. Write something real for once, he said. She kissed him. Softly, like a promise she wasn't sure she could keep. In New York, she worked endlessly, surrounded by glass and steel. Every night she opened the notebook. Blank pages. She couldn't write a word. Scene 6, the return. Months passed. Then one rainy evening, she walked through Central Park, exhausted. A street musician was playing, the same song Adam used to sing. Her chest tightened. She closed her eyes. That night she finally wrote in the notebook. I built walls so high even love couldn't climb them. But love didn't need to. It simply waited until I was ready to walk out. Scene 7, Prague again. A year later, she returned to Prague for a conference. Same cafe, same river, same bridge, and yet, everything different. As she walked along the Vltava, she heard a familiar voice behind her. Still designing perfect lines? She turned. Adam stood there. Older, but still the same warmth in his eyes. She smiled. Still breaking them? He laughed. Always. They stood in silence, the city lights reflecting on the water. Nothing was said, and everything was understood. Ending. Eliana finally realized perfection had never protected her. It had only kept her from feeling alive. And maybe love wasn't about finding someone perfect. Maybe it was about finding someone who saw beauty in your cracks and stayed long enough to make you believe in them too. As she walked beside Adam, no plan, no future defined, she felt free for the first time. The story didn't end. It simply began again, imperfectly, beautifully, human.